Okay, so today we'll be writing a quick piece. We have some pre-written text by a friend of mine here, ready to go. I have my Sibelius program open. I have a keyboard to help us prepare our ears. First and foremost, always choose nice chords for the chorus. I kind of already started fooling around, and I chose a 1 chord, to a 3 chord, to a 6, to the chromatic MIDI, so a 5 to a flat 3. If I was playing a nice rhythm, it would be so now it's time to put it in the Sibelius so we can kind of hear what it is. So I'm going to enter this in real quickly. Very, very blocky, I know. But the purpose is not for smooth voice leading yet. We want this to be more upbeat. Or at least I want it to be more upbeat. Let's bring it maybe 140. Alright, let's take a listen one more time. Kind of sounds like this. That's gonna be cool. Best part of writing is nothing matters. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't be set in stone with anything. Don't be worried about perfection quite yet. This is first draft. Get to draft 2, get to draft 3. Eventually gonna get the final draft, and that's gonna be what sticks out the most. Catchy. So I always like to land on the downbeat for the chorus. How about we take the tonic C? Rain that's forgotten. As a natural inflection. Rain that's forgotten. So syncopation always makes things catchy. So we have to have something on the downbeat and then something that's catchy, maybe syncopated. Always contrast. Rain that's forgotten. And then G goes back into the E minor chord. How will we bring that B into the A minor chord, because that's a ninth, nice suspension that doesn't conflict too much. Alright, so my explanation for this. We have a melody that's starting on C, ending up with D, almost like a question mark, like an inflection going up. We have the C going to B, that's a ninth, suspending into the A minor, and then we have the C, which belongs to the A minor. We are going stepwise motion up to D, which belongs to the G chord, and then that's the 7th of E flat major, so that should sound pretty hip. Rain that's forgotten to pass. Ooh, I accidentally played an A flat, and I actually really liked that. When I experimented, I had pass on D. Okay, now the A flat doesn't go back to the C. We gotta figure out a workaround. Okay, I think I figured it out. I'm going to the 4 to go back to the 1. Alright, just for a nice piece of music, everything always repeats, especially in pop music, so I'm just going to repeat the chords, and I'm going to lead to the downbeat of whiplash. So a whiplash. I'm going to make whip land on the downbeat. I'm going to kind of repeat the same rhythm that I had before. Whiplash of energy. Energy, naturally that word goes energy, inflection on the G. So going to the tonic tonic of the next chord. That's a good development into from the last phrase. Another syncopation, going to that D again. That's similar to the last phrase that we did. There, and that's different. It's going higher, so it's developing. We are now sticking with the D, which is familiar in the ear. The melody is going to the tonic, or the root of these chords, which is good for being catchy. Rain that's forgotten to pass, so with flash of energy aglow. I'm gonna keep these chords going. They're interesting enough to be able to repeat it. Okay, we have a downbeat for all these melodies before. We have 4-bar phrases, and each starts on the downbeat. So let's mix it up. The next one, let's not start on the downbeat. We end those phrases on the 11th, a D against the A flat. So how about we go to the 9th here. We'll make it still emphasize on the beat 3, not so much as on the downbeat. This is different because we're not starting on the C now. 1, 2, sprawled out upon cool grass, out upon. The phrase before we're going up, so it would be good contrary motion against these melodies if I start to go down. Sprawled out upon cool grass. I like that. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so let's mix it up because that is getting a little bit old. We've ended each of these phrases the same way. Let's make this a little different. The word grow makes me want to do some word painting, so it feels like things are going up. We have to land inspiration on the downbeat. As inspiration. And I don't want to end on the C, it's really corny. Okay, that'll satisfy wanting to hear the E natural, but not being so corny as to go. That's so corny. But instead we get to do. Sounds kind of resolved, but not still open. So this helps too, because now we're going to a different chord. It's not as much repetition, which I am always up for new material. To make things a little bit more catchy, sometimes it helps to have things on strict downbeats. We've had some syncopation here and there. We can make things stick out by having a phrase always on an emphasized beat, not an off beat, on the on beat. Okay, I think we have our chorus. Definitely draft. Need a little bit more to make things interesting. I did not like the A flat. I'm gonna try and keep the C. Need a breath. Grass. Alright, so I'm feeling like the last little phrase does not refer back. It's too much new material. Ooh, unfortunately I think it's the A flat that's making things too corny. So we have the F. I think from the F we need to go to the A flat. Alright, let's look at our previous melody. Let's invert it. Okay, two things to change. Is this part from the D to that? Does it work? This definitely needs to stay the same. It moves too fast. We need to hold on to that chromatic median. We emphasize that chromatic median here from the C, from the A flat chord that we have the third going into the C. We are emphasizing and using that chromatic median as a common tone. This D does not sound good. I like this part better. It's leading back into the C better, but then this D does not sound like it fits anymore. I think we need to emphasize the 7. Sprawled out upon the grass as inspiration begins to flow. It's close, but it's still missing something. We're going to the A flat, but I think we still need to hear a C in the melody to help trick the ear into thinking that it's going back into tonic. I changed my mind about things here in this melody landing right on a beat. I think we need some syncopation to keep things going, and I think it's because it was a little bit more lackadaisical here, more melancholy. We need some more action. Maybe all syncopation. Inspiration. Inspiration begins. Inspiration begins to flow. Inspiration begins to flow. Flow. Inspiration begins to flow. Inspiration begins to flow. Inspiration begins. Okay, I think I have it. How would I play it and sing it so that you can better understand the potential of it? Because when you just listen to the MIDI, it's not amazing. Here's the chorus of Forgotten Rain. And of course things can change from here on out, but this is what I came up with in about 50 minutes. Rain that's forgotten to pass, a whiplash of energy aglow, sprawled out upon the grass as inspiration begins to flow. Inspiration begins
the first dip into a clear lake's glass.